Hi guys, welcome back to Raptor's Garage. Little short video for you today. We're going to be fitting one of these fuel pump spacers from Fourby. Neil was very kind and sent us one each. There you go. Cool. Now this fuel pump spacer, I've known about it for a while, and I know Land Rover used to fit them on the 300 TDIs from the factory, and then they sort of deleted them. And what it's supposed to do is give you much better, well, better fuel pressure, better fuel pressure at mid-range. So we thought we'd fit it and give it a try. Right guys, to actually take your lift pump off, all you actually need is a 13mm socket. In my case I actually need a 10mm socket as well, because the bolts that are actually on my pump are 10, and the bolts that you're going to be putting back in, what come in the pack, are 13mm, so they're M8 13mm head. So you need a 10 and a 13, or you might just need a 13, but you will need, you know, possibly two sockets. But that's it, that's all the tools you need to do this job. I've got a short extension bar to actually feed this in between the fuel pipes. Save me having to try to do it with a spanner, but literally that's all you need. So this should be like a 5-minute job, if that.
Right, there's beer on the go, not because this is a tricky job, because we're doing other trickier jobs.
Oh yeah, we've had a beer moment.
I pour soap.
Right, first thing, this down here is, there goes my socket, guys. That wasn't me dropping it this time, it was Chris.
No, that was me.
This is your lift pump. It's a manual lift pump. When you need to, you know, if you've changed your fuel filter or done any pipes or anything, you can actually pump your fuel up manually. So if you look in this bit here, there's no spacer. So what we need to do first is retrieve the socket that I've got down. My ratchet that's now down at the bottom of the engine.
Now guys, Neil has actually sent us some info on what this is actually going to do, the benefits. So the spacer allows the lift pump to operate in the middle of its possible travel, which ensures the complete stroke of the pump to deliver fuel. And this extends the life of the pump and also will allow the greatest possible fuel pressure at the injection pump. And retaining performance high up when the injector pump is really demanding its fuel.
That almost seemed like you knew what you were saying.
I know, I thought I won't pretend I know what I'm saying, because as you know guys,
no, there's no point in me pretending I know what I say, because I don't. But I've actually watched a video on this before from Britannic Restoration. I didn't actually get all the way through the video because I was actually disturbed halfway through, but what I'd actually seen of it, this does make a difference. And like I said, I know Land Rover used to fit these, and so saying we're nearly at the end of the job already, because that's already off. Now as you can see, you haven't got a lot of room back here, but we need to get that seal out, which I'm going to break my nail.
You painted them last night.
I know, they're my good nails, look, they're all nice. Oh, that's still pretty tight. Right, I've just been and got a couple of 14mm spanners, which I've now lost. There we go. I haven't had to take one of these off for ages. Right, that should have given us the clearance to lift that out now, guys. There we go. And there you are. Diesel everywhere. No, there you go. There's your lift pump, which is still pouring. If I ever do that, it tips diesel all over my engine. But this is the rod that's you're going to relocate. and you can't actually see where it runs. Well, you can actually see where it runs up the back there. So that's where it's actually part of the cam that runs on there. So we're going to relocate that further back so it's got the full travel on it. So let's get this gasket off, which I'm still not trying to break my nails on. I'm going to get a razor blade, I think. Why did I bring a razor blade with me? Right, I just went and got a Stanley knife blade and I just flicked that off. See, that's quite a thick spacer. Well, thick gasket I should say. So, but we don't want that. Let's open the new one. And in the kit you get a business card you can always make a gasket out of. You get 2 replacement nuts because the ones that you've taken out might not be long enough. So we'll put them there where we won't lose them. Good job I bought the razor blade. There's the spacer. So nice new aluminium spacer. You get 2 paper gaskets. So you want to put one each side because this does go into the engine. Now I would be tempted to put a little bit of RTV on these, except for one thing, I haven't got any. Right, and it's now just the reverse of how you took it off without dropping everything. And I lost the gasket. No, I'm going to take it out again because I've lost the gasket. Damn it. Right, I'm digging around in the workshop. I've found some RTV to actually glue those gaskets on to save all that hassle. This should be a lot easier now. So if we just hang on. Chris is just standing behind me drinking beer, holding the camera. That RTV made that so easy. Try not to get that cross-threaded because it's a bit awkward to get it started. Right, that's that in. Just reconnect the fuel pipes, which is a dawdle. Roughly making sure you get them the right way around. Right, now I've got the pipes in the right order, which always helps. I did actually cross the pipes over. Well, I crossed one over and then checked if it was actually blowing or sucking, so nip them up, prime the lift pump, and I can actually use that priming. You hear it gurgling in the filter. Is it pushing the air out the pump? That'll run that up, that'll be fine. Right, that's an easy job, guys. Even with the little bit of fumbling and and not having the RTV to hand, it's still only taken 10 minutes. So that's a quick little upgrade. Now I'm just going to turn the key, I'm going to grab my beer so it doesn't fall off the radiator and see if this starts. Do the usual thing when you've had anything like that apart, just check it for leaks, and that's it, the job's done. Awesome. So that's a nice little upgrade there. So thanks to Neil from Fourby for sending that. And somewhere we have got another piece of kit and it's in Chris's hand. Now, I've managed to knacker my radiator. Basically, one of the brass plugs in the radiator it's stripped. It's not leaking, but I can't take it out, so I'm going to change my radiator. And when I change my radiator, I'm going to put this UV dye in to check for leaks. So another video, we'll be changing my radiator and we're going to be putting this UV dye in.